Hello everybody, my name is Danny and this is my vlog, which is of course an abbreviation for video blog or video log, where I just talk about different things that I'm up to, different things that I have on my mind, different things that I'm doing during the day. So what's today? Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, July 4th, 2017, 2:50 p.m. I'm just going to
It's my cousin.
just going to start this clock
Your
here,
cousin.
so that I don't go too far.
What? She's cousin.
Okay, so today I'm in Bowring Park, and if you watched my vlog from 1 week ago, it was also in Bowring Park. Last week I was down by the duck pond. This time I'm in a different part of the park. I guess from what I understand, they have an outdoor swimming pool, and I guess that just opened. They also have a splash pad. For those who don't know, it's for little kids. It's kind of like a sprinkler system, and the little kids just run around in the splash pad or the sprinkler system. And I guess also, because I don't really go to this park that much, they have another thing. It's kind of like a skateboard park. It's kind of like a small little skateboard park. But I guess it's not only for skateboards, because I also saw little kids with those little scooter things. But anyways, I'm actually going to show you guys a little bit of the park right now, just so you can get in a little bit of appreciation. Just 1 second. So like I said, it's just a very nice day out today. It's a very, very nice day out today. Lots of flowers, lots of colorful flowers. It smells really nice. Everyone's out having a good time. Everyone's out having a good time. Yeah. Lots of families, which is a good thing. Okay, so I want to talk about a few things. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about would be soccer, because a lot of my followers are soccer people. So for people who don't know, I organize soccer pickups, and so our last soccer pickup was on.
Somebody came along and said, "This won't do."
Our last soccer pickup was on Sunday at 2 p.m. Now, right up until 2 p.m., the weather was pretty cloudy, and at 2 p.m. It was still a little cloudy, but there was no rain, no mist or anything. And so we played under cloudy conditions, but no rain or no mist, no precipitation at all. And although it was a little chilly, but that's not a problem, because all you got to do is, put on an extra sweater, and once you run around a little bit, then you'll be warmed up. You'll be warmed up quite quickly. Although if I remember correctly, it did start to rain at maybe around 6 p.m. ish, but that was way much later than after we finished. So the point that I want to make is that although we had enough players to play a game, right? Like, we had quite a bit more than the absolute minimum. I was still disappointed because the numbers were a little low, and so the only thing that I could think of why those numbers were so low is that people are just being too picky. People are just being too picky regarding the weather, right? I mean, in Newfoundland, the weather is just very bizarre, right? So we have such short summers here, and even in the summer, there's going to be no perfect weather condition. Okay, so there's always going to be times when it's going to be cloudy, when it's going to be, rainy or misty or a little cold or whatever. And just because those imperfect conditions happen does not mean that you should just stay on your butt at home, sitting on your couch, right? So, or else, if you're waiting for those perfect conditions, you'll never get to play, right? And I mean, even on days where it does rain, I mean, I think most or a lot of us will play in the rain anyways, right? So the point that I'm making is like, don't be so picky about the rain, or else you'll never get to play, okay? Yeah. So on Sunday, I just wanted to talk about that game. So, yeah, there was another team playing on their bigger field, so we played on the smaller field. I knew we had enough players for the smaller field, and so even though I brought my nets, we did not have to use my smaller nets because we had enough people for the smaller field to use those nets. The game was challenging, competitive, skillful, tactical, also friendly, sociable, sportsmanlike. Yeah. So I think that's all I wanted to say about Sunday's game. The next thing I wanted to talk about was I mentioned this before, where I'm currently in St. John's, Newfoundland, and they have what they call these George Street festivals. So I never really go to these George Street festivals because I just find that I don't mind going just to a normal concert where it's just like a normal structure, like where a normal structure as a normal concert where you show up to the concert's usually about 2 hours, and then once a concert is over, you just go straight home, right? So like the George Street Festival, like that sort of structure is where when you read the advertisements, it's all like, it's always like, it starts off with all of these different types of events, right? Like for Canada Day, like all of these different family events, right, for a few hours. And then you have like all of these like local bands that you never hear of, right? And then you have kind of like the main event, so the opening act of the main event, and then the main act, and then you have like what I was reading was some sort of after party, right? I mean, for people who don't know, thinking an after street party, that sounds pretty intimidating, right? So I sort of have always avoided that, but I decided to do something a little different. So I decided to go to this year's Canada Day Festival. So um, the concert that they were offering was Honeymoon Suite, right? Honeymoon Suite has always been a good band. I've never seen them live, but I've listened to their music. So Honeymoon Suite, and the opening act was Helix. Again, I've never seen Helix. I've never seen Helix live. I've never seen Helix live either, but I've listened to the music and it was really good. So yeah, so with all those types of things, I finally figured it out after like reading all of the fine print on the website to avoid stuff like the family events and the local acts, and so I sort of just narrowed it down so that I would only go to, so that I would only be there for Honeymoon Suite and also Helix, and I wouldn't bother with the street part afterwards because that would just be a little too much. So yeah, like so like I said, Helix was the opening act, and I was really impressed by them because what you got was they're an older band. They're an older band, but much more experienced. But experienced in such a nice, smooth way. And some of the songs, I guess I would hear a lot of them on the radio, and I guess I liked a lot of the songs, but I never knew that they were sung by Helix, right? So yeah, so Helix was great. And then after that was Honeymoon Suite, which was also great. Very, like Helix is Canadian too. Honeymoon Suite is also Canadian. Honeymoon Suite is also Canadian, but yeah, Honeymoon Suite was really, really good. A very good band for Canada Day. And again, this concert was on Canada Day, so all the songs were just very, very sort of relevant and very in tune to Canada Day. Pretty interesting because I decided to most of the time when I go to concerts, for some reason I just happen to usually get a ticket for a seat like on the sides, right? And that's great too, but this time for whatever reason I decided to just go right to the stage, right? So going right to the stage, like right in that area, it's kind of like almost the mosh pit area. Although for this concert there was no actual mosh pit, but it could just sort of be like that. But I will tell you one thing, that when you are in that area, it's way more fun than having a seat like way up on the side side. And it was interesting because the crowd was very, very mellow, very well behaved, except there was this, for one incident, there was this one guy that I thought for sure that he was going to get kicked out, like over and over again. I guess when Helix was playing, he was he was like in a group of 6, and one of his friends, the girl, was trying to get on his shoulders, which you see a lot of in like bigger concerts, and so he was trying to get one of his friends, who was a girl, to go and sit up on his shoulders, and so one of the security guards came up and was like, "No, like you can't do that, right?" And so the guy got really, really pissed off, right? And he did not like that at all. And so he didn't try to get the girl back on the shoulders again, but the security guard went back towards like the stage area, and then every few minutes he would go right up to him, like the concert go up to the security guard and give him like the finger, like the middle finger, and start swearing at him and saying nasty things to him. And he must have did that like a half dozen times, and I thought, like, usually by the second time, like a lot of security guards would have kicked him out. And so the security guard was actually being very easygoing on him, not to have kicked him out, especially after doing it that many times. and that kind of sucked because like that would have sucked for him to get kicked out, because that was only when Helix, the opening act, started to come out, and the ticket actually the ticket that we all paid for was $25. It was 25 bucks. It was 25 bucks all inclusive. So for him to get kicked out right at that opening act time, he would have been out not only 25 bucks, but he would have missed the whole show, right? So that would have really been horrible for him. And yeah, so when I was like in that sort of stage area, like, boy, you have to like have a lot of patience, because people are going to like bump into you a lot and kind of push you, or if they're trying to get like to and from a certain place, then they'll kind of push you. They're not trying to be rude or like assertive. They're just trying to get in their way. So you have to get used to like being pushed and bumped and stuff like that. But it's just really weird because right in that area. Oh, these guys are going to be annoying me, so I'm just going to wait. You guys might not be able to hear me, so I'm just going to wait. Sorry about that. It's just that I just didn't want the noise of those trucks to not let me hear. It is kind of loud in this car. There's a lot of people, a lot of employees, a lot of machinery and stuff like that. But it is a very nice day. It's going to be like a high of it's going to be a high of like 22 or something, but I think it's actually higher than 22. Yeah. So hopefully that machinery will be sort of muted soon. The other thing, when I was in the sort of that stage area, like Washington area, I was like, there was a girl in front of me, there was a girl standing right in front of me, and she was vaping. So like, I mean, I'm not used to like inhaling vapor, those e-cigarettes, so it was weird, but I'll never forget the smell of that vape, which was strawberry. It was kind of good, but hopefully she didn't get me addicted. And also of course, there were people smoking marijuana. But it's funny because like even up till just a few years ago, it's like, well, smoking marijuana at a concert, which people did right next to me, like some people are still, oh my god, that's crazy or whatever. But if you think about it, in just next year, by next year at this time, the recreational use of marijuana will be illegal. Like people will be able to smoke marijuana legally anywhere for any reason, right? So yeah, so things have changed, right, over the last few years, right? Like in Canada, in the States too, North America. So yeah, what else did I want to talk about? Yeah, so around this time, during the week, I usually have my bike ride. So last week when I did this vlog, I did the vlog first, and then I went on my bike ride. this time I went on my bike. For this vlog, I went on my bike. I went on my bike ride first, and now I'm doing the vlog. So if I look a little sweaty, I apologize. But okay, what else do I want to talk about?
We're next to the stage.
What else do I want to talk about? I'm a little thirsty, so I'm gonna get some water. Just 1 second. Yeah. So, movies. I talked about movies last week. I just talked about music. What else is going on? Hey buddy, hey buddy. Nice little doggy there. At least he didn't bite me, right? I hate it when dogs bite me. Yeah. So Canada Day. Maybe I'll just talk about Canada Day for a little bit. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I just wanted to say that that Helix and Honeymoon Suite concert, I took a huge load of pictures and videos, and so all of those pictures and videos will be up on my social media very soon, so check them out. And so I just also wanted to talk about maybe Canada Day a little bit, because that's a huge day for us here in Canada. So I guess like the biggest celebration would have been in Ottawa, right? Where all those bands and parties and stuff, and Trudeau was there, and Bono and Edge and stuff like that. But there were still many other great celebrations all across Canada. But when it comes to like national celebrations, it seems like there aren't really that many countries who do that. Like, other than so many Canadians celebrating Canada Day, and of course Americans, and of course Americans celebrating their July 4th. Not that many other countries really celebrate their national holiday that much, right? Like England doesn't, or I don't think like Australia, New Zealand does it, right? Like I don't really think like China does it, or that type of thing, right? So it's really like, there's really not that many countries who do that, but it's great that we do. So when people say that Canadians aren't that patriotic, we kind of are, because like I said, like there's not that many countries other than the US who sort of celebrate our national holidays the way that we do, right? So we kind of are patriotic that way. So I just want to wrap this up so that this is sort of as concise as it can be. And yeah, I'm trying to think of just one more interesting juggernaut to throw in there. Yeah, so anyways, like I said, the swimming pool behind me is out. So if you're living in Canada, which is mostly winter, and it's mostly sunny out and warm and stuff like that, so try to take advantage of the warm weather. Get out, get into a swimming pool. with your kid, go to a splash pad, and yeah, take advantage of the summer. So I'm just gonna wrap this up. So thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Peace out.